Doing my live. There's YouTube, there's Twitch. Hajma. Hey everyone. How is everyone today? I am doing pretty good. I've been busy earlier today, but it's died down quite a bit now. So hopefully it kind of stays away. Otherwise it'll be Dizzy stream today. But we're back doing blueprints, which was very fun last time. We'll see if we can make our way to the where is it we're trying to get to again? What was the map button again? The antechamber is where we're trying to aim for. And we got past like difficulty 8 or whatever, like level 8. But basically we got to 8th row, whichever one that one is. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we got to like here. We need to just make it to that room though. Hi Handle, hi Eternal. How are you both doing today? Hope you're doing good. Ooh, yay cuddles. Alright. So, we do have more steps than we did last time since we ate something that gave us a bonus. Because normally you have like 50 or something at the start, so we get an extra 20. And we need to try and find the coat closet thingy. Yeah, coat check. Because I want my luck picks back. Get food. Take care of yourself. Get food. Hi, Ham. Alright. We ring the bell, and we need to retrieve our lockpick. Now we can open locked doors, and that should be easier for us to go through. Let's try and head north whenever possible. Let's go this way. Parlor is probably best bet. It gives us puzzle and gives us continued way instead of just closet and storeroom. Still get food. Or get someone to get you food. Either works. Alright, so we take our key thingy, wind up key. And now what is the box puzzle today? This box and the white box are both empty. There is a second wind up key in this room. And the statement on the white box is true. So if that being the case, and we know that there is at least one truth and one lie, then I've never seen a second wind-up key in this room. There's always only ever been one thing. I'm gonna do a double check just to make sure I'm not making a goof here. But I believe the second wind-up key is a lie. Which means that if the white box is a lie, then the blue box can't be telling the truth about the thing being truth, so that's 2 lies, which would mean that this one is telling the truth. And thus the white box and this box are both empty. Which means that it's in the blue box. And what is no right being so good? We get 2 gems. Pumpkin cookies with the orange gel? Don't think I've ever had those. But normally pumpkin is paired with cinnamon flavors, and I don't like cinnamon desserts all that much. Do we want commissary? Or... Let's continue with commissary. Because we can always come back for that later once we have coin. Oh, they're the Little Debbie ones? Yeah, never tried those ones. So day 20 and 21, we're nowhere near. We're on day 5. What did they have for sale today, out of curiosity? A salt shaker. What the heck does a salt shaker do? And then shovel, sleeping mask, and metal detector. I know what the shovel does, and I know what the sleeping mask does. Sleeping mask is pretty good, because that gives us extra steps. Never seen metal detector, though. An interesting one. That's the same as it usually is. And that is a lie, so that's fine. At some point, they're gonna add this, supposedly. I remember seeing that somewhere. Alright. And then... Nook. Or hallway. I think Den gives us the most options, so I'm leaning towards that. we have a lockpick, so keys aren't as important. And hallway has the same number of exits as den, just in a worse configuration. Let's go den. E. Look at that one. Also, we haven't seen any boxes on our way, right? Not encountered any chests or anything. I think we'll continue heading north for now. Observatory, guest room, or hallway? I'm liking the options of hallway. Guest room is really nice though, but we're not in need of that. Observatory, I don't know if I want to waste a gem on a star. Well, you shouldn't be eating Tide Pods anyways. I don't know if you did ham. When was your birthday again? I hope you have a happy birthday regardless of when it is. I think I'm between guest room and hallway. Go hallway. 3 days from now, well, happy early birthday. Oh, there is a thingy. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. Yep, we found that one before, but that's on a red card, so it is a lie, but that doesn't tell us whether it's less likely or equally as likely. Let's go for right-hand side first, I guess. Door is locked. I can use lockpick set. Don't seem able to pick this door's lock. That's weird. So I guess we do need a key for that. Let's go... We have 2 of them. Let's go for passageway. We've ever actually got this room before, but it doesn't look like there's anything in here aside from just the frickin' things. Let's go north again. That seems to be going well for us so far. We don't have gems for the drawing room. Archives, while drafting, you will no longer be able to see all 3 floor plan. Is that only in that room, or is that like no longer? Well, we haven't gotten it yet, so I guess let's try it. Gotta check each room at least one. Can I go up the ladder? Nope, ladder don't work. What is this stuff? August 22nd, I assume 1985. Marigold wins Herald Literary Honor. Popular children's writer Marion Marigold adds yet another feather to her scholastic cap when she discovered on Thursday that her picture book Swimbird has been chosen as the Herald Literary Medal Illustrated Book of the Year. This is Marigold's 2nd time winning this prestigious honor. The previous medal was, of course, her debut effort. She was no longer a stranger to the public eye even before her literary success. The niece and closest living relation of Baron H.S. Sinclair, Mary began using Marigold as a pen name to free her from political associations that one might make with the Sinclair family. I can't read today. Why does this building exist? This was our grandfather's house, and in the will, if we can find our way to the antechamber, we get it. Well, I'm glad you like my voice even as I struggle reading. And then January 27 of 86, Swimbird author never considered herself success. She confided, my son was the one that actually got me to start writing. I always challenged myself to never tell him the same story twice at bedtime. And so as we ran out of books we owned, my imagination had to take over from there. Marigold has elaborated in previous interviews that her debut book, Red Prince, was based on her son and his inflexible love with the color red, a statement that has held much skepticism by the many pundits that viewed the book as a relatively thinly veiled political critique of the Royalist Party and their unwavering blind loyalty to the throne. Well, that's an interesting one. Yes, get food. And yay, hats. I like hats. Alright, and then November 11th of 86, publisher and author detained by Red Guard questioned. Caleb Manning and his publisher Philip White were 2 of 36 names that appeared on a leaked dossier naming them a persons of interest in the Trinsdale bombing that killed 4 people last Tuesday. Although no group has come forth to officially take responsibility for the attack, it is widely believed by authorities to be the work of the insurgent group RLCF, who also call themselves the Children of Blackwater. Huffington Press was quick to dismiss the rumors in a statement released on Friday, maintaining that the popular author and Mr. White were simply victims of unfortunate happenstance, whatever that means. This would not be the first time that the publishing house has defended a rogue employee. 3 years ago, an associate editor with the company was arrested for criminal conspiracy, though the charges were later dropped. And then November 11th, Marigold drops publisher. Local author and popular personality, Marion Marigold, has announced a split with her long-term publishing partner, Huffington Press, citing personal reasons. The announcement came after the arrest last week of fellow author and colleague Caleb Manning, whom Marigold has past referred to as her mentor, friend, and confidant. Marigold is the 3rd prominent writer to distance themselves from the publisher this week. And then there's Manning and White at a press one. What do you mean? What do you mean I despise you? Why would I despise you? That doesn't sound like me at all. Was seen at the corner. Suspicious bag under the... Oh, this is cut off weirdly. Waved down a local man's 3rd major incident since last year, I'm assuming. Anticipated will be charged by the Crown. Manning was the last person of interest, I assume. Trial begins on Tuesday, expected to last up to either Saturday or Sunday. No, I don't despise you at all. What do you mean you're back without the milk? You went to get food. Did you happen to get cereal and now it's just dry? Yeah, there is so much cut off on that one. No trace is discovered of Cinca Harris, but search continues. Mary Matthew Jones, the author and illustrator whose fanciful stories are written under the pen name Marion Marigold, was last seen by a close friend around 3:45 p.m. Friday, getting into a carriage after a late luncheon date at the 100 Bells Tea Room in Trinsdale. Miss Jones... Ah! Why? Alright, Miss Jones never arrived home, and the carriage driver cannot be located. Family and local authorities are very concerned, but have not deemed the case foul play. It is out of character incident. At this point, we are seeking information. How many more pages? Okay, this is the last page. Priceless jewels stolen in dramatic Royal Museum heist. I am doing good mush. We are checking out a whole bunch of newspaper clippings in this game. I don't entirely know what they're about yet. Like we're just kind of told the falling out of, or like the ending of an author's career? Yeah, career. Yeah, the bonk will wake you up, that's for sure. It wakes me up every time. So thieves in the royal capital of Ares have broken into one of the crown's fabled closed exhibits. These lavish rooms have historically been reserved exclusively for the use of the aristocracy and high peerage, and access has never been granted to those outside of noble circles, at least not until today, as local police and forensic experts have been spotted in virtually every corner of the museum grounds dredging for clues. The museum authorities say they were alerted in the middle of the night by reports of several masked intruders seen breaching the south wall and brandishing firearms. The intruders broke into the museum, subdued the royal guard, and disabled the security system. By the time the militia arrived on the scene, the burglars had simply vanished. Although an official registry of the lost jewels has not been publicly announced, among the treasured artifacts rumored to be stolen is the renowned ruby crown of Orinda Ares, the priceless crown jewel whose material worth pales in comparison to the historic value. These rumors are true. Evidence may suggest that the theft was politically motivated. Fair enough. I don't know what useful information we're supposed to get from that. Also, was there anything of value in the pictures? Because we just kind of did a passover. We didn't really... Why is that door blacked out? Like, that door looks like it's been blacked out on the side. Like, it was supposed to have writing on it. Interesting. Okay, which door do we want out of? We want out the one behind us. That should keep us heading north. Let's see what it was talking about with us having less draw thing. I assume it gives us 2? Yeah, so that's confidential, we don't know. You can't see floor plans while drafting in this room. And nursery, whenever you draft a bedroom, gain 5. We don't have any gems, so we can't do that one. Do we want to chance it with the archived, or do we want dark room? Is now the question. And, Draborf, thank you for the follow. How do you know if the light was just off in that room? You mean in the dark room? We'd have to have the breaker box to turn off the lights in there. Got so many options. I think I want to try the archived confidential one and see which one it is. I'm not a huge fan of the dark room. It's basically going to be the same thing as that. Oh, you're talking about the photo? Well, hang on. I'll do this one and then I'll go back to the photo. Okay, so we get closet with items. We'll at least grab the items from here. We get dice, so we can roll new floor plans somewhere. And we get a gem, which should help us on the next pull. Yeah, so if we go over here and then look at that picture again, this one, if you notice, there is a light beam coming from that window, and the blackout looks like it's a little scribble on the side. So that's why I don't think it's someone just left the lights off there. I think that is someone scribbled that out. Ah! Hi, the duck. It's fine. Do we want to go left or right? Let's go this way. Because we have not uncovered much on this side yet, so that should give us more wiggle room. Ooh, boiler room. And we have a gem. Well, let's do the boiler room. We've not done that one yet. That's just a drop down? Oh, hang on. We have to go to that side to do that, I guess. Let's figure out the puzzle in here, I guess. I assume we might need... Okay, so that's in green now. We may need the room that handles the water. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, what even is this? We rotate this. I assume we want it to go into the boiler. Like that should work. And then that way. Okay. Yeah, that opened that up. 1 or 2? 2. Why is that? Rude. There we go. Hydrated. What am I missing from here? Now let me mark off that hydrate though before I forget. Oh, hang on. I see. So that's going up to that. If we rotate that again, that pulls that back in, but that's still not open. Try one more rotate. That now pushes that up, which I don't know what that does. Oh, that gives us access to this thing, I take it? Hang on, let's rotate that again. So that stops moving. Turn that on. There we go. So now that is currently going up there, which probably isn't where we want it to go. Unless that is. I can send that way. Now that goes through there, now we can turn that. Now that brings that down. Now that works. I guess let's see where that goes. Yes, this is a puzzle. Alright, so now we can turn that one on. And then that's currently pushing that to that door. That's how you unlock that door to get out of here. I don't know if I want to go that way though. I'm more tempted in the other direction. No, not really puzzled. We do that. Does that open that? Okay. So that's opened. Now we just need to actually get the thing that lets us walk around that. Is there anything up here before we lower that though? Something up here. I'm confused. I feel like I'm definitely missing a bit. Oh, what if we turn that way? Is that what that's missing? Okay. Oh, it needs all 3. Okay. We need all 3 to go into there. We get back up if we do that, though. Back down. Now we need that to go that way. And then this one rotate. And then that way? That way? There we go. Okay. Then we should be able to walk around up this way, I think. Yes, good, because this has a flat top. Yeah, now we have all of them. What does this do? Oh, is this supposed to heat up one of the directions then? Let's do that. Something buzzed to life. Yeah, okay. So now that's sending whatever that is that way. And if I change it, it's gonna change which direction it goes. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I can't walk off the side. I have to go walk the long way around. Oh, how do I get that door open again? Well, I suppose I don't need to head that way. We want to head this other way. We can always come back and change the route if need be. Let's try and use the lock-picking set. Dang it! Not one that we can do. Okay, that means that we need to find a key for that door. We can still try south if we can get it to swap which one it's on, which I believe would be that one? Yeah, there we go. That should unlock the door, but I think that also... Oh no, that is still open. Okay, we're fine there. Oh no, it's not. I swear this was open. All right. Rotate this thingy to turn on the elevator. Okay. Oh, I forgot to flip this one around. There we go. Eh? Okay. Hang on. How do we open that door again? We need, okay, so we need both that and that, which is those two, which means we need to turn that. Does that trigger both? No. Oh, right, because we need, eh? We need those. Oh, hang on, so we need that direction. And then we need... Wait, but it can't flow from that direction. How do you trigger both of those? Eh? You either need this on and that on, which would be that red one there. But that's in... not in output, because that's the input for that spinny thingy. So the only way that you're getting stuff from this side is there. So that has to be this one. But then, is that only connected up there? Yes, that one's only that one. So that, what? Why would you ever? Right, because you need that for that, but you can't have that crossing there because of that. Eh? I would think it would be that, but that's... Wait, am I misunderstanding? Is the red something else? Am I actually looking for that one? So if I need both of those then... Okay, so that is that one. Well, we need those two, which doesn't function with that. That opens that one, not that one. Can we just jump it? It's gonna be a weird thought, but can we just jump it? No. Okay. It invisible walls us. So the problem is that the elevator runs off of the same system and requires this thing to be lit up. In order to light up this thing, you have to have this turned that way. That's the only way it can do that. But as soon as you do that, that closes the door up there. Because it's now no longer connected to that pipe. So unless we can get another thing inputting steam into this, I don't think there's a way we can. Hang on, wasn't there... We're gonna go double check up here, because I remember there being something I flipped up here. This is what I flipped. Okay, so we just need this to point towards the door. That opens that. Now we just need the other one to extend... Or wait, we don't even need that. We can just go through that door. His elevator works. That's our way up. Okay. We've got that. Oh, lose half your steps is insane for this. I think I'd rather go bedroom. It kind of blocks off part of the passageway, but that's not horrible here. Wait. I just realized the archives continues in this room too. Frick. So we essentially only have 2 known and 1 that we will never know on all of these now. Okay, so archive is terrible early game. Let's go bedroom though. I'm fine blocking off one of the passageway doors. Is there anything in here? Any useful items or anything? It really is a gamble with the archive. I don't want to gamble right now though. Because if we gamble poorly, we're gonna block off this area and stuff, and I don't really want to do that. We do still have many ways that we could go up, so I'm not too worried, but it's still... Yeah. Alright, so we don't have the gems for drawing room. We can either do guest room or we can gamble. Given where we're at and how much we're probably gonna have to backtrack, I'm leaning towards guest room. But I could also just redraw the floor plans, but I don't think it's worth it here. So if I gamble, I might get another way north. Yeah, I'll gamble. What is this? Paris. Green rooms not cost gems to draft now. Interesting. We get an orange, which gives us some extra steps. That got us like half the steps. That's not too bad. Okay. That is definitely not a way to go up though. So it looks like we'll have to backtrack to the archives and head out the other side. I'm a bit worried about that. We might want to backtrack through the hallway, but I'm also tempted to duck back down into the passageway. I think I'll save the passageway duck down, because this obviously isn't going to head us north where we want to go. So I'll save that for if we block ourselves off and have steps to take. I think coming out the hallway and trying to head up is probably the safest bet, because if we go archives and then it forces us to go straight, that blocks off a possible hallway path. We'll head back to the hallway. Rude. And then, before I duck in, we're going archive, passageway to hallway. I'm gonna save that reroll for if we end up getting something blocking us. Right, I forgot this was too difficult to lockpick. So that was a bit of a wasted trip. We could either try and go south up the passageway, or we could duck all the way to the entrance hall and try and do another path up. That is a bit of a route, though. I think I'd rather go back to Archives, try and head right. Or wait, was Archives also locked? You guys remember if Archives was locked? I should have checked when I was in there, but then it would have locked me in. So I wouldn't have known at that point. I think I'm leaning entrance hall. We've got plenty of steps. We've got like only 10 less steps than when we started. Or 9, really. Let's go entrance hall. Half tempted to duck in here just to uncover it, but that's not going to be useful for us. We'll wait. We've not found any coin, so the commissary doesn't help us here. Alright, so we don't have the drawing room. Corridor is the best bet here. That's the straightest shot, and it's always going to be unlocked. Let's do that one. Nothing of use in here. It's basically just guaranteed to this corner. Lavatory. Did we ever pull the lavatory? Wait, key. We need a key. We'll take Nook. Got key. It's weird that I haven't seen a single chest this run. I've never tried messing with it. Doesn't do anything. Chapel is going to be our best bet here. We don't plan on walking back and forth through that all that much. And it guarantees us north. That's fine. Blocked off, that's good. Pantry isn't great. Gem requirement doesn't help. I think we go guest bedroom to get us the steps so that we can walk back. I think that's our play here. Let's do that one. That also gets us an extra key. We love those. That was just the note for how to play the dart game, right? Yep. Billiards room. Fine. Good there. We now have 2 keys we're aware of. Possibly 2 locked doors. I don't remember whether the archive was locked or not. We have the steps to walk back, so that's good. This is surprisingly not a completely unsensible layout. Not a great layout, but it's not entirely unsensible. Do we want to duck in the side here is now my next question. Do we want to keep heading north, or do we want to explore for more resources? I think I could use some gems. Let's do a duck in. Neither of those are great. One does guarantee us a gem. But I was hoping for something that would give us a little bit more wiggle room to either be able to duck into that passageway too, or I suppose spare room has the possibility of unlocking more, but it's not great. The confidential plan, yeah, I'm debating if we gamble or if we... I think we'll save a redraw for if we're stuck. So let's gamble, see what we get. What is this? Okay. So that got us exactly what I wanted. Thank you for suggesting we gamble. And the parlor windows make sense is the weirdest bit. Hi, 8-bit! Oh, if only we had the shovel, but we don't have enough to buy it from the commissary yet. Let's go this way. So, pantry doesn't make sense. It would get us probably a bit of food and some coin. Archive or drawing room we don't have the gems for. So do we gamble or do we take the money? Gambling? Alright, we'll gamble. What is this room? That's a library. Discover less common paths while drafting in the library. Interesting. What is this? Book request form in library use only. Books and periodicals requested with this form will be pulled and available the next time you draft the library. Oh. So we know who Marianne Marigold is, because we just read about her. I don't think we need the pump system user manual. We have that. Do we want drafting strategies? 6 stars is probably for the observatory. 3 of... That's the country, I think? No, because it was... I don't know. Sightseer's Guide to Reddington. I don't know, which book are you guys most interested in? I think drafting strategy is what I'm leaning towards, but I'm curious what you guys want to see too. you think strategy too, Crisp? Fair enough. Alright, I will go with drafting strategy. The next time they will pull that book for us. Additional reading. The house directory is a great resource for information. If you wish to read more about a specific room in your house, press R, pull up the directory. Okay. That's fine, that makes sense. Can we take the stairs here? Can. Is there anything up here? Oh? Mount Holly record. Total time 4 hours. Yeah, that sounds about right. Total days 5 days. Longest day was nearly 2 hours. Wow. Average day is like 40 minutes. 223 steps, 6 keys turned, 17 gems used, 25 gold spent, and stars. Drafted 75 rooms, and that's the split of them. We've solved the billiards room twice. We've drafted 2 billiards rooms, solved both of them, drafted 4 parlors, solved all 4 of them. Okay. So it's basically just a stat sheet there. That's a cute way of doing it, just putting it in a library. Is there anything else of value up here? Okay, let me hydrate. Go check that off. And then scrapbook. Oh, so this is just memories of stuff. It's just, we did a claim check, and the first thing we checked was a key card. Favorite floor plans. We picked the corridor every time it comes up, apparently. We've drafted mostly bedrooms, closets, and corridors. We've paid the most for security, commissary, and drawing room. And then we've spent the most time in the entrance hall, which makes sense, it's the entrance hall, security, and the pump room. Yeah, so that's basically starting location, the location where we interact with the terminal a lot, and the puzzle that took us the longest. That makes sense. What are contraptions? That's an interesting one. Largest purchase was the club sandwich from the kitchen. That's cute. Most avoided floor plans, the lavatory, the nursery, and the office. I don't know if you really count that as most avoided. They've only come up, like... Actually, no. We've avoided the lavatory. The lavatory's come up multiple times, and each time we've said, nah. I do want to pull it one day, but it's so hard to want to pull when it's a dead end. That is very interesting. I like this room. We've still got plenty of steps, so we should be good to carry on that way? Yeah, that way. Aquarium is every color of room. Why do we have an aquarium? It's not going to open any other doors, unfortunately. But I want to see the aquarium. I think I'm fine with a dead end here. I just want to see the aquarium. We could gamble, though. Aquarium. I want to see the aquarium. Get a gem out of it. That'll help us later. Oh, it's like in an office place. And bedroom. That's really cool. I wish I had it open to other rooms, but no, I just wanted to see the fish. we had to pull the aquarium. Oh, this is supposed to be a laundry room. Yeah, that is a laundry room. That's cute. Alright. Probably spent enough time in the aquarium. Let's go up to the boiler room? Or do we want to go off the archives? I think let's try off the archives first, then we can go off the boiler room. Yes, I had to see the fish. What else do you expect from me? Oh, though, do we want to... Because boiler room also has way to pump heat into a room. We might want to pull the one off the boiler room first. If we do have the steps, so we do have the wiggle room. So I guess we'll try boiler room first. No, let's open this door first. We'll try the lockpicking set again. I think it's not gonna work. Oh, it worked this time. Laboratory or drawing room? I'm torn between those two. They both head north, which makes them tempting. I think let's check the experimental house features. Oh right, because we also have this, which has the requires power pumped from the boiler room. But we're not next to the boiler room. Does it go that far? We can try. We can try heading it this direction, see if it'll work. But I might have messed that up. Experiment setup. What have we got? Continue with experiment. Each time you eat an apple, whenever you spend 2 or more gems wrapping a room, or immediately. Add a small chest, lose 10 steps and gain 10 gold. Red dirt on the driveway. Huh? Hmm. I think let's go with the... Each time we eat an apple, add a small chest. Not great, but it's not terrible either. We'll start that one. And then exit that. Let's see if we can pump power to here from the boiler room. I think let's also check what this room is. Let's try the lockpicking set again. Door is still too difficult to use a key. Oh, that's interesting. Why is this one glowing? Oh, it's glowing because we have power connected to it. Okay. The power has to go to one of these 3 rooms. I think I want to redraw on this one. It might be a waste of a redraw. But I think I want to redraw and try and get something that the power can actually connect to. And that archive plan does make it significantly more difficult to do that. What do you guys think? Do we gamble with the redraw, or do we gamble with the actual gamble? Because I think it has to be adjacent, so I think laboratory is just botched on this one. I could pull. You were right. Let me do a pull. The new pull. Do archived versus redraw. And yeah, 1 minute. There we go. Pull what do? Because I am unsure on this one, whether I want a full gamble or partial gamble. Go for the gamble. I mean, they're both gambles in a way. It's just how much do you want to lock in the immediate gamble? Because it's basically all in versus just pulling again. Oh, is that a shapeshift or a V5 rave? Let me wait for the poll to finish first, and then I'll do that. I want to see the results of the poll. All right. That is, in fact, archived has 1. So we will do that one. And then let me shapeshift into V5 Rave. There we go. Alright. Archived. You guys picked this. What did we get? Oh, no! Guys! I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to be Buff Cat. That sucks. Oh, hang on though. The power continues. I shouldn't have stepped into this room. Oh well. Go back. All right. So send that one up. Send that one. Was it? Not that way? I'm confused. that needs that. That turns on that, which is useless. That way? No, it was, well, I haven't gotten a shapeshift request for Buff Cat, so I'm not gonna do it. Ah, right, that one. That's the one we need. That does both. Buff Cat is a redeem that is possible right now. You can redeem Buff Cat. I absolutely hate it, but you can. Okay. So then let's send this straight. I'm worried that we're gonna run out of steps at this rate, though. 21 is not a number I want to be at. But since we have power flowing through, I want to see if laboratory works. I'm gonna waste the steps to do it. Yeah, because we have power now. So yeah, it has additional power. Now what the frick is this puzzle? I don't... What is this puzzle? What is the goal? No. Electronic mail is from the office. Do we have any other hints on the wall of what this is? Oh, hang on. Yeah, so this has an arrow pointing to that, so that feels like it should be the thing. Periodic table of elements. 1, 2, 3, 4. What does that mean? How does this work? Is there anything else in here? Oh, hang on. Nope. Oh no, that's just the very lost scientist. What do... Come on. Heating and cooling curves. H2O melting. Room temp. Complete thaw. Melt. What the heck does this mean? Frickin' I've taken some advanced sciences and I'm still confused by this. Air pressure 993 kPa. This can't look in the microscopes. Okay, hang on. There's another periodic table of elements here. So we now have this, which gives us an order to the periodic table of elements. You know what I am gonna do? I'm gonna take a cheeky screenshot of this. So I now have that for an example. And then we can look over here. So then that is 5, 6. 6 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is PU. And number 2 is 3 over 1 down. S. 3 is H. I think there's gonna be a space there then. 2 over push PH. Uh, 5 is uh 6 is 1 up and right of 1. U. That's ready. Let me just keep the spaces between them for now. That doesn't surprise me that it's an old periodic table. Did I miscount? Nope, that one's fine. Fine. 7 was 1 over, so that's A. And then 8 is F. 9 is E. 10 is RN. 11 is I. 12 is... And we didn't have any after that. So that's what I got out of it. So push the vtuberen. What? What does that mean? Did I do that right? Because push 3. Oh. Push 3. What? Like the first word definitely feels correct. The other ones confuse the heck out of me. I've already double checked 4. 4 was that one. And I've already double checked 5 because THRE is... Oh, push 3 up after 9. I apparently can't read. Thank you. Thank you for unscrambling that 8-bit. So 3 up after 9? Oh, so we push up 9 and then push up 3? Is that... Should I try that, or is there something else I should try? But I think that's how I would read that. Push 3 up after you push up 9. I do 9, then 3. Hey! We got it! What did this do? Oh, we've unlocked something outside. We encountered that place at the end of last stream. Ooh, it's permanently unlocked. Okay, so we can go there at the start of it. Each day you may access one offline terminal from the network. Interesting. Okay, so now that we've done that, we never have to do that again because that's permanent unlock. I'm a bit worried with that 19 steps, but we're gonna try. Hang on, how many steps are we from the coat check? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We solved the puzzle for this thingy. We had to take the numbers from this periodic table of elements, go over to the actual periodic table of elements here, and get the letters. I think we're currently fine to keep heading north, because it is 8 away. So as long as we don't get further away than we have steps for, we can always run back to the coat check and turn in our lockpicks. We'll keep going for now. Let's try using the lockpicks. Nope. Alright. Use our key. Interesting. So that's gonna get power too. Let's... Let's go gambling. Alright. We'll go gambling. Dark room. Can't see floor plans while drafting in that room. It does carry the power, though. Okay, that's fine. We don't need the lights on in here. We've already turned them on once and found stuff. There's only one exit here. Fine to keep going. So this one's connected power-wise. I think we continue with the power. What do you guys think? Because we currently can't see anything. But since that one's drawing... this is ultimate gambling here. I don't even know which one's archived. You logged on and you were confused? Why were you confused, Hanny? Oh, also, it has been well over time for me to shapeshift out of V5. That is fair. That is fair. I think we'll go power one. Oh, interesting. Now we have a furnace. Dang it, we're more likely to draw red. Look at how many red rooms we already have. I don't think we can get many more red rooms than this. We're gonna end up with the laboratory at the end. Let's check what's in here. I don't know if that's good. Oh, we get a key. Okay, so because it was powered, we get a key. Does that mean that the gym did something when it was powered? We're gonna have to turn the power back towards the gym once we head back there. Did your temperature get too high, Tanny? I know you weren't feeling well earlier. Oof. Yeah, I hope they make you feel better. I think we're good. I don't think we need to do any more there. So 15, we should be fine to go to the weight room. We'll need to hit up boiler room, swap which direction it's going. We're getting tight on steps, though. Chris, are you still in chat? Please go supervise your significant other. I know Chris was in chat earlier. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get in there. Okay. Crisp at work? Dang it. Alright. The power is now going to the gym. I am scared of the gym. Do not play Beat Saber, Tanny. You were sick. You were sick and unsupervised. Dang it, do I need key cards for this? Gosh dang it. So we don't have a security key card. We can head back towards the hallway. Try going out that way and heading up. If we get a breaker room, we could probably control whether those doors are locked or unlocked. You need to take care of yourself, Tanny. Man, the gym sucks, though. Security room has not been opened on this map. Yes, you were correct on that. Or wait. Yeah, you need that one to do that. And I haven't unlocked it on this map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got enough wiggle room that we can peek into the hallway and hope we get something good. Alright, too difficult. We'll use that one. Kitchen. Okay, so breaker box doesn't actually help us here. That just changes what has power. Those doors still are going to remain locked because we don't have the security room. Unless we can get our way outside so that we can go to the terminal, that we can then change that, but then we'd have to have enough steps to get all the way back there, which we don't. I'm leaning towards a redraw floor plans here. I'm gonna do that. Dang it, I don't have the gems for security. Do we go gamble, or do we go for the one that we haven't seen before? I think we go towards the one we haven't seen before. What's up, Tanny? We rescheduled, like, this morning. And, so we're gonna be doing the collab on Thursday now. I think let's do Maid's Room, just because we've never seen it before. This is our uncovering all of the red rooms one, I guess. I've still got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's still enough. We've got enough wiggle room to block this. Ah. That might complicate things. Is there anything of use in here? Staff notice, the day we all dreaded has finally arrived. It is with unprecedented sadness that we inform you of the death of our benefactor, employer, and master, the Baron of Mount Holly H. Sinclair. Any staff who have an interest in attending services may contact Ms. Babbage for details. And following the instructions left by the Baron himself, effective immediately. That makes it harder to read. Get out of the box. There we go. Effective immediately, all work at Mount Holly is suspended. All living staff will have 1 month paid leave. Must vacate premises by Friday, November 6th. Alright. And then Milla is the name of the maid, I guess. Don't know if that's very useful. But I guess that's the people here. Yes, my hand tracking is still not functional at the moment. I'm really hoping it'll be fixed on next computer, which they have just started building today. So hopefully I'll be getting it soon. I think I've set it up to where the boxes has a cooldown to where you can't do 2 boxes. Alright, so now I just need to make my way to the coat check and turn in my lockpicks and start the next day. I was in your fever dream? What did I do in your fever dream? South, south. Yeah, I sure hope I don't end up doing that with the computer. It should hopefully be a normal computer that you could actually use. Alright. We've ended with just enough. Check item, lockpicks. Alright, lockpick set has been checked. Now what happens if we actually run out of steps? Okay, so it does immediately retire us. What do you mean I'm cooking, chat? I am confused. Scarlet Villa. Yeah, there were 7 red rooms in this. That's insane. Oh, I am cooking coffee chat. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, that was a struggle of a house. We reached rank 7 on that one. Not quite rank 8. I know I hate the Maid's Chamber. Maid's Chamber is going to be a terrible one to pull at any day. Two. This is not that restaurant game. This is not played up. Nor Overcooked. We've had 2 restaurant games that we've played. Now I have a question. If we leave the house, does it count as entering another room? It does. Okay. Because I want to go double check where that thing was. I don't know if it's going to be super useful to go there immediately, but I do want to see it. Be over here? Yeah. You can have me in the earbud? Fair enough. Black Bridge. Admin key. Shoot, what was the key? Swan Song? Swan Song, I think. Admin not found. Wait. Oh, that was the pass key, not the admin key. I don't know what the admin key was. Red Prince? Okay. I mean, if the house obeys us, I kind of want this house. I doubt it's gonna be password. Admin not found. Not blueprints. What was the name of her other book? Please take care of yourself, Tanny. Don't make yourself sicker. Your cat doesn't want you to go anywhere. I don't think it's gonna be Adam Cartwright. No, okay. It's not that many letters. So, Red Prince was the name of the story she told her son. I know there was some other bird pun. Oh, what was even her name? Marigold? What was her last name? It's not marigold. I already tried blueprints. Let me try space though. No space. Yeah, I tried blueprints, it doesn't work. What was her name? It was some alliteration of marigold. But it wasn't a common one, I remember. Weird. No. I think we just don't know it yet. Is there anything else in here to mess with before? And this does count as going into another room, it looks like. All data microchip. Looks like it might be able to be plugged in somewhere. I'm gonna insert a microchip there. Where else we could insert a mic? We'll put the microchip back. That opens the door. Eh? This is supposed to unlock the use of one of the terminals, but... Oh, hang on. 1100? That seems like binary, but that doesn't add up. And it does look like we need to unlock 3 chips. I just don't know where to find the other chips. And this requires the thing to do anything, right? Okay. This is just a puzzle for later. It feels like it might be. And I will put in my notes. Black Bridge. Grotto. 1100. And microchip. And needs admin password. Alright. So I think that's about all we can gather from here. And then we need to start exploring the house. It feels like we've wasted a couple steps, but I'm glad we checked out this place. Yep. No licking batteries. Man, even that counts as a door. I guess it makes sense. We don't have a coin for the fountain this time. I don't even remember what the coin did at the fountain last time. I don't think we got an admin password. We got the swan song, which was the terminal password. But we've not found an admin one. I thought it might have been like the other... like something to do with the book titles that we saw earlier in this stream, but I couldn't remember any of them aside from the red prints. So I don't think it was, and I checked red prints and it wasn't that. But man, we are starting with 44 now. That's rough. We don't get our thingy right off the bat. We need to find the coat check. Get our thing back. Do we want steps or do we want items? I think let's go to guest bedroom. Oh, hey, we get a magnifying glass in here. I forget that they like leaving us over here. So we don't need to read that note. All good there. I'm feeling a little bit better now that we're at 51, because that feels fine. Let's go den. Get us some gems. Yep. Window actually being in a window is nice. Yeah. They're pretty good about that. I've noticed that if you try and put something on the other side of a window, I've had the luck of, like, getting exterior rooms. I don't know if that's going to be every time or if I've just been lucky. I think I'm between closet and storeroom. I think let's go storeroom. Storeroom's pretty nice. Get some gold. Get a key. Get a gem. Not seen any chests this stream, I feel like. I think not eat the gems. Do we want to do drawing room or do we want parlor and just loot back? That does put us in danger of going down to only 1, whereas this opens it up to 3. I think I'd rather do that. Not eat the keys either. Let's try north. Bedroom, nursery, courtyard. Or do we redraw? No, don't eat the coins either. They're not chocolate coins. Swimbird? We could try Swimbird for the password later. Oh wait, was that actually the name of the thing? Okay, if you can eat steps, be my guess. Okay, so I'll mark down Swimbird to try next. I doubt that's the case. I think that's supposed to be a nod towards Swan Song. Do we redraw or do we do bedroom? Basically what I'm between. Bedroom's pretty good, but not the best option we could have here. Okay, no, do not eat stairs. It's eat steps. We do have the gems for our nursery, but I don't. I don't know what my choice is here. And I'm just gonna have to pick something and lock in with it. I don't think I swore? What I said, though. Screw it, I'm redrawing. I think I'd rather another key. That's just wrong. Exam? No. Okay. I keep forgetting that I have the magnifying glass. Oh hey, there's the chest. It's just something that we haven't seen one in a while. I'll save that for later. I don't want to risk running into locked doors and not having the keys for them. Sucks there. Chapel's gonna cost us money. Kitchen any better? Chapel at least heads us north. So I think we'll go red room. I'm realizing I should have... Do I duck back to the drawing room first? And see what goes the other way? I'm gonna duck back to the drawing room. The red rooms suck, though. Commissary, closet, pantry. Some of those are great. We'll redraw. Conference. I'm gonna take the conference room. We now know where items will go. Oh hey! Keycard. Yeah, okay. And pens, note stuff, lots of papers. Safe code. Thing is, this is on a red memo, so we know this is wrong. That basically just tells us that the safe code is not 9083. Still gonna write that down, just because why not? Let's check this door. Locksmith, keys for sale, pantry, closet. Given that I'm gonna lose money going through the chapel, let's try the closet. Get a metal detector, which has greater chance of finding keys and money. That's gonna be useful. And a gem. Okay. We can work with that. A secret passage leads to a color room of your choice. Bedroom. Okay, so definitely not the utility closet. That's gonna end our run. So we either do bedroom or we do secret passage. If we do secret passage into brown, that should give us the highest chance of branching paths with the least risk. So that might be a good option. We could also lead it into a bedroom if we want more steps. Green does often have branching paths, but not necessarily. Red we definitely don't want. And let's do secret passage. Because we've not triggered that one yet. Alright. So, Hall's green bedroom or money or bread. I think I'm leaning towards going brown. Yeah, I didn't catch and I didn't duck either. Let's try brown. Okay. So we got... Oh, come on. Door's locked. Rude. You dozed off? I mean, that's pretty good. It's good for you to doze off if you've not been feeling. Great. Hang on. How does the Great Hall function? That's what I want to know. 7 locked doors. You only have 4 directions you can go. How does that work? So we don't have the gems for passageway. Corridor is nice that it's unlocked, but that's still only 1. Whereas Great Hall is at least 1. We have 1 key, and we can hope to get another key in a different one. And what's up, Tanny? I think let's aim for Great Hall. Yay, Cuddles. Oh, metal detector? Metal detector. What? Yeah? I think I just wasted a step there. Saying this door? I don't understand either. I'm so confused. So it picked up those. What is... What? You're kidding! So, in order to get to that final room, we have to get the Great Hall, unlock one of the sides, and connect to that same side. But you need, like, 7 keys to open all of the doors of the Great Hall. So we're currently just dead-ended, because we can't open any more doors. We don't have any keys. We also never got the coat check. We can't even get or save an item. But that means that the Great Hall is necessary for the end. If you don't get the Great Hall in a run, you're not going to be able to win. Unless it's a permanent effect, but it didn't tell me that was a permanent effect. Yeah, because the only permanent addition is the Black Bridge Grotto. What the heck? And I don't have my lockpicks, which would have been... If I had my lockpicks, I would have a much higher chance of being able to do anything here. Everything's locked. Okay. So run's dead is what we've got. We've learned stuff. So we've not lost everything. We have gained something from this. This was just not a very good run. It was a learning run. I don't know if there's anything I want to do before we go. But we've reached all the dead ends. We've got no keys. We could try. Hang on, was there any room that had something that I could use a magnifying glass on that might have the admin password? What's up, Tanny? Dog? I don't think I could use the magnifying glass on a dog. Why are you sorry, Tanny? Should I be concerned? Did you clip something weird? Because that I'm sorry was out of nowhere. I am good. No idea what's going on. I think what you actually feel is sick, Tanny. I don't think you have any reason to apologize. I think any of these rooms had anything worth using the magnifying glass on. I don't remember anything of them. So we do have enough steps that we can just literally go check anyone. We might as well do that. No steps, no great stuff. I don't think you need 2 antechamber doors open. I think you need to figure out which door... Oh, you might need the top one open. You're right. I don't know. I don't know on that one. And of course, I didn't use the key, which was probably for the better since we needed it at the end. Double check that there wasn't any papers in the conference room. I think it was just that one about spreading items. Definitely nothing in there. Definitely lots of swan imagery around, which makes sense if that's their password. We'll stick all over. Not anything, but we'll double check. We've got the steps for it. Thank you for the follow, Ish. Hang on, what's this? What? Eh? What does this mean? I guess that's Swimbird? That might be the password then. So if they've actually used Swimbird as their password, someone needs to talk to them about cybersecurity. In here. Was there anything on here that was worth magnifying? It's all pretty big text. You're cold. Do you have a blanket? Blanket might help. Let's also throw our coin in the well. Make a wish. Maybe that'll help us out next time. I don't actually know what that does. If only you could both cuddle, you'd balance out. Alright. Let's try Swimbird. Nope, not Swimbird. This wasn't the run where we found that archive that had the thing. We did try. We did try. It's also out of sanity check. Try 1 space 100. Yeah, I didn't think so. Marion. Okay. Thank you for pointing that out. Marion. Gold. What about her actual name? Do we remember what her actual name was? Because that was her pen name. Or what was the name of the red gem that got stolen? I know there was some random crown jewel. Maybe they stole it, and now they've got it as their admin password for some reason. It all would have been at the same part of the stream where I was reading stuff, but I don't remember what I read. I should have taken pictures or frickin' done something. I doubt it's gonna be Boob Lamp, but I'll try. Nope, not Boob Lamp. I would Google it, but I don't want to find spoilers for the game either. So I might just have to clip it later or something. Oh, you got it back up here looking? Okay. Let me try Open Sesame in the meantime. It fits. It doesn't work, though. But I'm tempted to try just so many random things from the archive. If it's anywhere, it feels like it should be there. But I don't know. Key to cat. Nope, not me. I am not the password. What about admin key? Admin base key? Nope. Sinclair. Not Sinclair. Sinclair was that the name of the group? Oh, what was the... Black Mesa. Oh, that was a political family she's presumed to be tied to. That's fair. I don't think it could be the name of the crown jewels that were presumed to be stolen. It was something Aria, I think? And I know they had a tie to red. That would have been on the last page of the notes. Or of the archive pages. Sourdough bread. See if that fits. Nope, sourdough bread does not fit, but sourdough does. You want bread. Caleb Manning. That one doesn't fit. That was the, guy who was presumed to be part of the terrorist attack, I believe. The bombing that happened. If I remember correctly. Aria. I don't remember what that gem was called. Aria math. I don't think it's Aria math. But I'll try it in a second. That's a good tactic, just throwing words out there that we've encountered. Ruffington Press, that was the publishing company she was with before. Ruffington... What would fit there? Other... Mount Holly would be my other guess of just a very common thing that pops up. Not Mount Holly. I think we already tried Black Bridge. Not Black Bridge. Is there any other... that was yesterday. Black Space Bridge? Let me try with the space. No, doesn't vote the space. Oh, Caleb Manning was her mentor, right. But I believe he's also the guy suspected of the terrorist attack, if I remember. That's just the directory of everything. Does it? No, okay. Okay, there's Sinclair. I don't know what that's called. Cinca, try that. Nope, not Cinca. Is there anything else in directory? House free. Burn there. Mary Matthew Jones. So we can fit from that. Mary. Jones. Not Mary Jones. Jones doesn't fit. Steve Johnson doesn't fit and doesn't work with the end chopped off. Administrator doesn't fit. I wanted to try. Trying random common ones. Cat pod. Cat pod not work. Nope, not admin 001. Trolls. I doubt it's gonna be Silk Song. Nope. It would have been a funny one after Swan Song being the terminal password. Did you manage to find the name of the gem though? Ruby Crown of... Yeah, what was the name of the gem in that crown? But I want to know. Red rum. Okay, so it was the Rinda Aries. Aw, dang, it's not long enough. I guess that's not it then. I guess we'll just have to keep looking. There's probably more rooms that we haven't unlocked yet. So we're ready to call it a day here, or is there some last minute password we want to try? I can't think of anything. Don't have a key or anything to unlock the orchard. We can wander around and see if our metal detector picks up anything outside. We haven't done that yet. This is our first time having a metal detector. Oh, that was the last page. Didn't name the jewel? I thought the jewel was what you sent. The ruby crown of that one. Ah, hydrating. Ah, I just said hydrating. Fun. So if it didn't give a proper name for the jewel, maybe the jewel has a different name, and it is still the jewel, it's just not named there. This is a gate that isn't open. Birds around that bird bath. Where we've been camping out. Double checking with our metal detector that there's no other keys or anything lying around outside. Oh right, this has the 4 combo lock. Wait, is this the number we found in there? We just found 4 numbers, but they were very silly numbers of the frickin' 1 space 100. Yeah, no, so it's not that. I don't think we've seen wait, hang on. Safe code is not 9083 was found in the conference room. Maybe the part that's the lie is the safe code, and it's the code to the orchard. No. Dang it. I The only other place we've seen numbers has been in the chapel. But we're just given 7 things that are depictions of a king, a maid, a baker, a farmer, a jockey, a chimney sweep, and a gardener. Okay, if we haven't encountered the pieces of the puzzle, like if we haven't encountered the answer and just skipped over it, I don't want the answer. Like, if it is one of those, it should be obvious with what we've encountered, then maybe. But otherwise, no. Let me unfurl it with the game. Okay. So that's we'll need to keep playing then. I don't think we have the 4-digit number for that yet. Yay, cuddles. We don't have a taser command. Alright, I think we call it a night. Or sorry, call it a day. Wait, are they? Because I put Swan Song in multiple different ways with different caps and lowercase, and it's accepted it every time. We tried Swimbird. Swimbird didn't work. Also, if people are looking up stuff, can you tell me what Wishing at the Well does? Because I've done it twice and I still have not... I've not figured it out. I didn't capitalize it. So we don't need to check that. Want nook, bedroom, or corridor? Leaning towards bedroom. We still get a key. Nice. Hallway gives us more options. Parlor gives us items, though. I'd rather do hallway. The well serves as a form of savings account where the tossed coin remains in the fountain. Oh, okay, so you have to pump it dry. Interesting. The next time we end with coins, we can just keep making wishes, and then on one run we'll finally get the pump and empty it. Well, it becomes more obvious later. Fair. Do we want 2 items, or do we want key and open up that last room? And let's go for another key, because keys are important. We could do storeroom or library. Well, that's while drafting in the library. We're not going to be able to draft in the library, and there's no reason to look at any of the stat stuff. And I don't think... Oh, but it will have the guide that we looked for last time. I think I want to see that guide. Eh? Did it not? Oh, yeah, okay, it does have it. So Kimberly Thompson was the other borrower for this one. Have fun at game night, 8-bit. The potential within, the ambitious young architect. A fresh blueprint represents a world of boundless possibilities. When you're staring at a blank canvas, you have unlimited potential and ideas to explore. But with an abundance of options at your disposal, the architect can also become overwhelmed by countless choices and decisions that need to be made. Should I draft a hallway or closet? How many bedrooms do I need in my house? Is a passageway really worth 2 gems? All of these questions can compound, adding layers of complexity and stress to the design process. That's why it's even more important to develop simple and effective strategies that you can employ while drafting your house to ensure a successful project outcome. In this volume of Architectural Digest, we aim to provide architects with some strategies and even assist them in developing their own. Although many architects employ different strategies when developing their house designs, most of them agree on one guiding principle: have gems while drafting. One of the most common ways architects draft themselves into a corner is by not having the resources they need when opening a new door. If you lack the gems, consider all 3 options presented. If you lack the gems, consider all 3 options presented. You may be forced to draft a room you do not want. To avoid this predicament, focus on drafting rooms that grant you gems and prioritize acquiring gems as early in the day as you can. Approach is a surefire way to set you up for success. Yes. I apparently do look pink in Hatsune Miku blue to Tanny. And I don't believe Tanny is tan. Tanny does not go outside much. Reader submitted gem strats. Make sure you check for gems in the room you are in before clicking the door. I do this way too much. Think about saving some gems for emergencies. I try and only spend them if I really, really need a room. I will never draft passageway on the first 5 ranks. Simple strat and served me well. If you see gems for sale in any of the shops, buy them out. Don't pass up the wine cellar, even if you're not thirsty. There's no such thing as too many gems. I may have a bit of a problem. When you've been drafting your house, it's important to start each day with a solid foundation. Draft early, ranks first. Very common mistake beginners make is drafting the straight line north, ignoring many unopened doors that have been left behind in the hall and rooms of earlier ranks. When these architects reach higher ranks, they discover they do not have enough keys or gems to continue. Their day usually ends by returning to the lower ranks to draft from the doors they skipped, only to find rooms and items that would have made all the difference if they'd only been found earlier in the day. As layout to the right demonstrates, even a path of rooms that snake through the house and does not go in a straight line can also be structurally weak if you're leaving lots of unopened doors and ranks behind you. By starting each day on a strong foundation of rooms on the earlier ranks, you will have a much better chance of finding success when you eventually head further into the house. Hydrating. That is actually pretty helpful, though. My throat was starting to get a little bit dry from reading. Top drafting combos. Another aspect to consider when planning your house is the order in which you draft your rooms. For instance, if you draft cloister before terrace, you will be down 3 gems, but if you draft them in reverse order, cloister would be free. Identifying the synergistic plan a pair of floor plans is essential first step, but determining the optimal order for drafting those rooms will provide you with an additional advantage, significantly improving your chances of success. Other floor plan combos. Foyer is great to draft for Great Hall. That would mean that all of its many doors would be unlocked. Oh, so that's what we were missing. What do you mean it's hydrate different every time? Hydrate just sprays me with water. The random noise that you hear is me reacting to it. I make that squeak, or that quack, or whatever the heck you want to call it. Drafting bunk room after nursery will give you an extra 10 steps because it counts as 2 separate bedroom triggers. You won't have to backtrack constantly collect your gold spread from office if you draft the conference room, so you want to draft conference or office. That makes sense. The more items you have, the greater chances of being able to create a contraption in a workshop. Interesting. You want to get many items before you get the workshop. Foyer is definitely the one to look out for. Making a connection. 2-pair combos aren't the only form of room synergy. You will find some floor plans only work by drafting other specific rooms. These rooms aren't powerful on their own, but can become very useful when connected, or when their conductivity is eventually discovered. The utility closet is a perfect example of this. It doesn't do anything by itself, but it can literally power up or down other rooms you've drafted in your house. So the utility closet garage powers the garage door and grants access to the west path. Dark room turns lights back on after blowing a fuse. Gymnasium turns lights off to prevent step loss. So that's why you want to turn gymnasium off. Other examples of connectivity. One or more simple examples. Her ladyship's chamber has synergy with Lady Epson's other 2 rooms. Her boudoir and her walk-in closet. Next time you enter the boudoir, gain 10 steps, and next time you enter the walk-in closet, gain 3 gems. Is it a new simulation every time, or is it pre-rendered and just placed? It's a new simulation. Because it is essentially like a particle thing that hits me. Hey, Pork! Yes, it is cat stream day. And the boiler room connects ducts from room to room to run steam power to specific destinations in the house. Laboratory we've done. Garage we haven't done. What's up, Eternal? Laundry room we haven't even seen. Furnace we've triggered accidentally. That generated a key. I don't know what the pump room would do with steam power. It's fine, Tanny. You got sick. It happens. Even I wasn't feeling well this morning and was debating on canceling stream until I realized that it was something that I was shaking off slowly through the day. And the pump room controls water level throughout various houses. The estate can interact directly with the pool, the aquarium, the greenhouse, and the kitchen, and several other features located outside the main house. Tips and tricks. In the kitchen, you can check which course is being served in the dining room that day. This will allow you the opportunity to draft specific rooms that will make your meal even more delicious. Designs counted as 2 bedrooms. Bunk room also counts as 2 rooms. It will increase the number of steps granted by the master bedroom, the amount of gold spread by the tomb, and the amount of keys found in the servants' quarters. Each time you solve a puzzle in the billiards room or parlor, the difficulty will increase slightly the next time you draft that room. Just because you didn't find any items in a room when you first explored it doesn't mean that is the case the next time you draft it. We have seen that where the guest room item has changed. I think we saw a magnifying glass and a key earlier today. The day after drafting freezer, it enters on automatic cooldown. Refreezing cycle, which means it cannot be drafted for the next 24 hours, so you have to wait a day between drafting a freezer. If you are stuck and don't know what to do in a specific room, sometimes it's smart to move on. There are multiple ways to solve many of the challenges you will come across, and there's a very good chance you will find a piece of information down the road that helps. Wait, what were you wanting to do? Oh, the freaking stab fork. Oh, was it that person that you were complaining about before, Pork? The one who just couldn't seem to do anything right? Oof, that's a lot of running. Do you like running? Is that your way of cooling down? When in doubt, draft rooms you've never seen before. Yep, we've been doing that pretty well. Even if you do not think the rooms seem very useful, they may still hold useful clues and information that may help you on your journey. Ah, fair. Although this volume, we have provided our readers with many potential strategies and tricks to try, we at Architectural Digest hope that aspiring architects know that there is truly no set blueprint for success. Forging your own path, coming up with your own unique strategies will, in our humble opinion, always provide best results. Each architect has their own favorite room, each builder has their own favorite tool, and thus each player will in turn develop their own style of play and discover their own secrets that they can share with the world or keep to themselves. Whatever strategy you employ, we wish you the best of luck drafting. Hope you build the house of your dreams. Okay. And I don't see a way to request another book, so I guess we'll have to pull this 2 more times to see the other ones. Hang on. I just noticed a thing. Last time we drafted a library, there weren't windows. I remember, these were not windows last time. That's really cool. You don't like running, you're just doing all the work, being understaffed. Yeah, that sucks, son. Alright, so then back to the other side of the hall. Debating if we want to duck back through the entrance hole. Let's do that. That'll possibly make a shorter path. I'd say let's go Den. Den gets us a gem. Hey, no Tanny. Do not play more Beat Saber. You're gonna make yourself throw up again. Well, still don't. Get off Beat Saber. Just stop it. For this one. Nursery is a pretty good one. I'm tempted by Parlor, though. Yeah, let's not waste the gem on that. Let's go for Parlor. Only one of the other boxes is false. The gems are in the false box. What? Okay, so that has to be the false box then. Because if these two say the same thing, then they can't be... Only one of the other boxes is false. So in order for that one to be false, well, that one's automatically false. Because those two are either both true or both false. So since those two Since that one's false, that one has to be our one locked in false. Those two then have to be true. No, Tanny, don't. You are going to make yourself throw up. I know how difficult that one is. Alright, I think I want to backtrack to the entrance hall again. Or do I? No. We're gonna risk it. Okay, so security is really our only bet here. Hey, banana! Get some extra steps. Yeah, so that's the terminal password. It doesn't have the admin password. Where's Crown? So keycard system. Keycard system settings. Offline mode. Be set to unlock. And leaving security mode. Danny, you should still probably get some rest. I don't have a key card yet, so we'll just leave it at medium. No, don't do Beat Saber. You are not well enough for Beat Saber. Oh, that does sound like a beautiful memory, Pork. And you call me Mom Tanny, I'm gonna act like one. View estate inventory. Okay, so there's nothing in there yet. Alright, let's hope for the best. So, pantry or observatory? Let's not spend gems on that. Let's go pantry. Ah, hydrating. Do not eat rocks either! There we go. So we got some money. Got some extra steps. If there's anything else hiding in here. Okay, salt is fine in moderation. But you know what the frick I mean. Let's go East Wing Hall. Again, you know what the frick I mean. Do we chapel or secret passage? Secret passage we pull brown, which then has a chance of pulling foyer. Which is one thing we want. Chapel is annoying, but does give us 2 paths. We're going Secret Passage. Aquarium foyer, that's... Dude, it's a 2-gem requirement, I didn't know that. I think aquariums are better bet here. That's interesting. Why is that door... What? Okay, let's do conference room. Come back to that. I want to explore the other way first. Okay, so that's nice. We now have a compass, which incentivizes north. We don't have the gems for that. Yes, we do storeroom to get 1 gem back at least, or do we risk it with the 2 items? Tanny! Don't frickin' play Beat Saber right now. You're gonna make yourself worse. Okay, a 2 gem requirement is neither a cannoli nor a calzone. I randomized it as close as I could. I'll take a gem and a reroll, that works. A house is a cannoli, assuming that it has 2 doors. Coupon book? Yeah. That's useful, I guess. Not hugely, but it's useful. A 2-gem requirement isn't a physical item. It's hard to make it a pizza, a calzone, or a cannoli. Do I want to try north, or do I want to... Hang on, is this door locked? The door's not locked, we'll head this way. Okay. So both doors are locked. We'll head this direction first. Great. We don't have the 2-gem requirement. Coat check is nice. It might let us unlock the thing, but that does block a path. Corridor gives us the chance for more options and is guaranteed open. Oh, on this one. Could also reroll, but it seems a bit early for that. Leaning towards corridor, I think. Go corridor. Bunker. Great. Kitchen at least has another one up, but I don't really want to do a food for sale. I'm gonna get stuck unable to open the antechamber if we keep heading north, though. Redraw. Man, these are garbage. Spare room, I guess. A drawing room. We'll take a drawing room. Secrets hiding around here? Nah. What? What in the world are you talking about, Pork? Door locked? Okay, that door's not locked. Dining room's better. So you need the pool for the pump room. Boudier is... Correction. I think the pool is prefer... We don't have the gems for pool. Go this way. The only one we can pick. Got some shoes here. Got some coin. What is that? Oh, there's a safe in some Christmas room, and we know what the code is not. Not what the code is, but we know what it's not. Any other hints of anything in here? Oh? Crank it? Or is it just slowly going? They're just slowly going. Weird. Heading north. Was the other dining room door locked? I don't think so. Okay, it was not. Rumpus room, we don't have enough for chapel. Definitely screwed ourselves a little bit with going this north this early, but we don't really have another option. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need one more up. Try this way first. E? Yep. Alright. Given the number of frickin' locked doors we're hitting, I'm gonna go back to the drawing room. And we're gonna start trying to head south and unlock that way. Because we are in trouble. Alright, so we don't have enough for that. Neither of those are good. Redraw. We'll do gymnasium. It sucks, but we'll do it. And we never got this thing to turn off the lights in the gymnasium. This way first. Lavatory, billiards room. We haven't seen the lavatory yet. Let's use this as exploration opportunity. If there's anything to pick up in here, was there, before I walk out? bureau to interact with? Fine. If you're hungry, you should probably make a pizza. Garage we don't have thing for. Let's do west. Plus more options, try and head south. It's just a staff notice. That's one we haven't tried. The name of the previous lady. I've noted that down. Billiards room, we can get a puzzle, hopefully get something useful out of it. No car keys or anything here. Other puzzle here other than the dartboard one. Oh, hang on. Got 2 reroll dice, that's useful. Alright. 5 is 5. The plus 15 minus 7. That is 8. Plus 10 times 2 is 20. Plus 20 divided by 5 is 4. Fucking hell, it does get more complicated. So 13 minus 3 multiplied by 5 divided by 10. Hi, Krista! Take care of yourself, Tanny. So that should be 5. Got it. We'll get 2 keys out of that. Okay. We like the keys. We could get utility closet and turn off the gymnasium. And let's do that. So we want gymnasium off. Garage on. And I don't know what the vac indicators are. Keycard entry system off. That should make all of the keycard doors open, right? Did we get the security one on this one, or is that the previous one? Oh, we did get the security on this one, and we did set it so the keycard stuff should be off now. There we go, hydrated. Let me mark off that hydrate. And then... still don't know what the vac indicators are. VAC indicators. Wait. I will hydrate in just a second. I just want to note down this thing before I forget it. There we go, hydrated. Running a little low on water though. That should be fine. Should be good there. And we can head. just said I was running low on water. There we go. There's a little bit more at the bottom. Got 2 keys, 2 rerolls. That's pretty good. There's a key here. Dark room. I think let's go guest bedroom. And head up towards the conference next. Will buy us the steps to do that. Oh, and we get a key card. Alright, well, we already turned off the key card system, so we shouldn't even need it. Usual thing. Let's head for the conference room then. Would it be better to go the booth? Either way, we need to go in here. Also, since the lights were off, that didn't knock our 2 down. Let's go conference. We're gonna need something that has keys, gem, path. That's useful. What the frick is a major versus a minor key? I mean, it makes sense that it's in the music room. I've just never heard of a major key before. Storeroom at least keeps us going. Let's yoink that. Okay, that all makes enough. So all we really did was backtrack to find a gem, which might be useful. See what we unlock. We want Chaplain. Let's go Boudier first. Use key. All of those suck. We're gonna reroll. Wine cellar we'll take. Oh shoot, no, I've just fudged us. We don't have a key for the last door now. Crap. So there's now only one open door. We'll go check that door, and then if not, we'll see if we can head back to security. See if we missed anything. Though I don't think we'll have enough steps to do anything about that. Locked. Yep, alright. Do enough steps to go back to security? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. We have enough. I don't think there's gonna be enough to satisfy doing anything, but it'll still be good to check and see how low my perception was this time. Pizza's your favorite food group? According to school system, pizza's a vegetable. Down through the secret passage. Here, and then we can either go through the pantry or through the parlor. Actually, no, we can't even go through the parlor. That's walled off. We have to go through the pantry. Alright. How much did I miss? The inventory, nothing. Oh, hang on. Running shoes and car keys. Okay, so the running shoes were in the gymnasium. I thought those were decoration. I have no idea where the car keys were. But I don't think... Yeah, I definitely don't have enough steps to go to the gymnasium. Car keys are used for the garage, but we didn't unlock the garage, so it doesn't really matter anyways. I think I'm just gonna go toss all my coins in the wishing well. Alright, I forgot to check that way. I think that's just the west path, though. Which you need to do the frickin' other thing for. Oh, can I only make one wish a day? That's a shame. Go... Yeah, that's probably west path, which unlocks with garage. Yep, I think we'll just call it a day here. I see a struggle. Got a respectable villa this time, though. Unlocked plenty of new rooms. Continue. We don't have much time. I'll still see what we get. It might just be a quick run. What's lick for? Do we want to go check the door again? We do have Clara Epson that we could try as the admin password, but I highly doubt that's it. We'll just go for it. And let's try the corridor. Petals are nice. Parlor, bedroom, or library? Let's try library. And then what book do we want to read next time? What our options are. The drafting is the one that we just read. Pump system, I think we know how to work that. History of Ordina. Fixed stars is likely something with the observatory. Swimbird might have the admin password if Swan Song was the password for the terminal. So I'm leaning towards Swimbird. There we go, we'll try Swimbird. I don't need to look at stats or anything upstairs at the moment. We don't want workshop yet, because we don't have much of anything in our inventory, do we? Study while drafting, you may spend gems to read your offload pen 8 times. That's not great either. We'll open up the workshop because we've never gotten it before. We only have a magnifying glass. Maybe there's... Then we get a hammer. And shatter padlocks on locked trunks. Can it shatter the padlock on the gate? I don't think there's anything hidden there, but stones cut by hand and letters wrought. To spell our secrets carved from thought. A message read is of 10 lost among the bold words spoken soft. The note is read, the letter is not. What the frick does this mean? And I'm glad that my stream is relaxing, Lemonade. This is 8. I don't know what this means. I feel like I need to take a screenshot of it for later and start just frickin' saving these. Because notes aren't gonna do this justice. There is so much baked into that. I don't know whether the melody has something or what. It's very ridiculous. The true box does not always contain the prize. Yeah, we've gathered that much. Okay, yeah, so we can't merge those. We'll have to try and come back later. Try and keep heading north for now? Or do we want to backtrack? I'd say let's save the sledgehammer to the orchard as like the last thing we try. Because I don't want to waste all the steps there and back. So we could try and do that. We could try and go there and then hit up the Black Bridge. No, I don't know on that one. We'll try north first. Let's go for chapel, I think. We want to start covering some of this ground more. No gems for that one. Try the closet, and then we'll head back. The items might be helpful here. Get a gem and a reroll. Nope, okay. Those are both consumable, not proper items. The workshop doesn't work there. But yeah, there is basically a cult around me, isn't there? That effect of being a god, I guess. Let's go test our theory. I doubt it's gonna work. Hang on, didn't... okay, so no, it has to be locked trunks, I think. Let's not go for the password. I'll eat the frickin' just walked in and out of our room stupidly. One. Two. Your power went out? That's no good. Hopefully it comes back on soon. Our pantry. Well, I'm glad it came back soon. Apple. Beans. No more Beat Saber. Don't make yourself worse. Do we security? I don't want to waste the gem on that now. But we might not get it later. Just take it easy, Tanny. I'm gonna do security. Might be a bad choice, but I'm gonna do it. No extra food or anything around here. Card system. Settings. Change offline mode. Locked. Setting. Then return. Yes. The inventory. We're missing 2 coins somewhere. That's interesting. I wonder what room we missed the coins in. It's gotta be one of the ones off to the side. Maybe the library in the upper area can have something in it. We'll probably head back that direction later. I'm not gonna walk all over the place for 2 coins, though. It's just something to keep in mind. Got it. Keep heading this way. I mean, it depends on your definition of love. I think let's do parlor. Oh, hey. Yep, key box. The gems are in a box with a false statement. 2 statements are false. All 3 statements are false. So all 3 statements can't be false. There has to be one true one. So we know that one is a false box. 2 statements could be false. But in order for that to be true, then both of those would have to be false. And the gems are in a box with a false statement. Could be, if that one's true, then it would have to be in that one. But if that one's true, then that one would have to be... That one would be paradox then, because if it's true, that would be false, but if it's false, that would be true. So that one has to be true. There are 2 false statements. Which means that that one is a false statement. What's up, Tanny? I'm trying to work through a puzzle here. We know that one's false. So if this box is false, 5, then that means that the gems are in a box with a true statement. And this is the only true statement. Hey, got some gems. The parlor is definitely getting more difficult. Ooh, okay, so I don't want to waste 2 gems on that passageway. That's gonna be blocked off anyway, so better option is Nook. Oh dear. Why have you used me to pick a song? Don't entirely support you playing Beat Saber right now. I don't really want to waste a gem on the... Maybe it's worth it? That's whenever you draft. Oh. So that's... You have to actually select it to draft it. Very nice. Pizza is good. Let's redraw floor plans. Not happy with any of those. Den or drawing room are the 2 that I'm leaning towards now. I'd rather save the gems. Let's do the den. Fair enough, Danny. Got gem. Oh, hang on. We have a sledgehammer, so we can just break that open. That is useful. Yes. Annie's a Tanuki with the zoomies. So that is definitely not a good spot for those. I don't think I really want a commissary, so let's do... Oh, though commissary might be useful. Yes, I know I'm going over. I am locked in. Guest bedroom or commissary. We have 4 gems. And we have the workshop. So I'd rather go to the commissary and buy a thing and try it in the workshop, because we have to pass through the workshop anyway. I'm glad you think I'm doing great. With deer without tag? I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Fuck. Tag ID. That means. Alright, so double sleeping mask, metal detector. Still don't know what a salt shaker does. I assume it might like make food give you more. I think I'm gonna go for the shovel. And I wonder if we can mix shovel and sledgehammer. Do not eat bread. Buy a shovel. Well, Fred's a lobster, not a shrimp. I don't want to spend a gem on that. I think let's go storeroom. Bit worried that's gonna block us too much. Thank you for the hugs. There's the frickin' swim bird thing. We have to go look into parlor, entrance, corridor, through the library. I 'Cause 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 ' entrance. Through the corridor, through the library. A little low on steps. Nope, so none of those combined. I also probably should have been looking for big spots, but I don't think there are any inside, so... Alright, let's see where this goes. Garage, we have enough for that. But that is going to be... Oh, but we don't have the breaker box. So since we don't have the breaker box, we can't open the garage door. And since we can't open the garage door, even if we have the car keys, that doesn't matter. I think West Wing Hall is our best bet here. Because everything else is just a dead end, essentially. Even with the extra keys. Same. Passageway isn't great. Spare room's the best bet we've got here. We breaker box it and then hope we get garage again. But even then, I'm not 100% sure that we're gonna get garage. I don't know if garage needs power. Let's get utility closet. I'm gonna risk it. Gymnasium off, garage on, or off. Already had security. Still don't know what the vac system is. Use key. Garage! Okay. So we definitely want to get garage then. And see if this works. We've got car keys. That gives us whatever this is. I don't see anything that like needs that, but the drop-off address is 14227 Sandy Heights, a small garage on the south side of Trinsdale. The goods are already secure and in the trunk, so just unload and get back here before noon. I've seen Sinclair's schedule, and I don't think he'll be requesting hydrate. Yeah, there's a lot of emotes in chat. I don't think he'll be requesting the car today, but you can never know when the cat will want to get some air. Tomorrow will likely be the last delivery, and I believe Denny already has payment ready. So I am going to note down that address. One 4227 Sandy Heights. I don't know what the frick that means, but I am learning that stuff is important in this game. And then if we open the trunk, we have an upgrade disc. Insert into one of the estate terminals to permanently upgrade one of your floor plans. That's new. We do have security unlocked, so if we can get back there, that's fine. And I feel like we're in Prohibition era, given that. Get the keys. Not that it really matters at this point. Hydrating. Christoph, this is the third time this month you and the car have been gone when your services are required. I don't care how long you have been driving for his lordship. Your absence must be accounted for. So we know that this guy was making deliveries of presumably alcohol during the Prohibition era, is my assumption. Can we... So what does that unlock to us? Or don't work. He hugs. What? Eh? What is this used for then? Do we have to take the car out? Oh no, I think that's the way that we're supposed to go, not that way. What's the purpose of this, though? Is this just a quick way to the front of the house? Or is there... There is something over here. First, see if we can open this up. I hope that stays open now. Yes, Westgate has been permanently unlocked. We now have this area fully open all the time. That's great. We've at least gotten something useful out of this run. Yeah, I have heard that they made an inscription. Whoa, this drops too. A special floor plan now costs additional steps instead of that. Tool shed 2 special items. Root cellar. Rooms in your house are more likely to contain dig spots. Okay. I think let's try the tool shed since we have the workshop. Got that one. And then watering can? First time you enter a green room, use water to gain 1 gem, and we have 3 water. Alright, so then best way is going to be entrance hall, pantry to security to use the upgrade disc. That's going to take like max 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That should be fine. We should be able to do both. So we'll probably want to start each day grabbing the outer room then. Oh, and while we're here, wish. I think that's your body telling you you need to rest. Insert disc. Floor plan upgrade program. Scanning the disc. Yeah, we'll be wrapping up after this run, so you're about at the end anyways. No casting brick. And I hope you have a good night, Lemonade. Courtier data has been found on the upgrade disc. You will now have a chance to permanently enhance this room upgrade one of 3 different upgraded floor plans. Select the floor plan so we can either do courtyard that has 2 gems, courtyard with 5 dig spots, or courtyard is always left unlocked. Do we want gems or always unlocked? Because those both sound good. Dig spots, we don't always have the shovel, so I'm less inclined for those. Think. Between those two. Courtyard always left unlocked, or courtyard has gems. I think I'm leaning towards unlocked because that also puts it as corridor then, and I like corridors. Oh, it actually changes its name to courtyard. Courtyard. I think we'll get courtyard. Yes, that upgrade. Alright, so now we need to make our way to the workshop and see if any of our stuff can combine. Yeah, because we don't have any extra rooms open. Alright, metal detector. Okay. Do we want metal detector merged with shovel or metal detector merged with magnifying glass? Got 2 options. I will say that's high enough for Fred right now. There we go. Think. Well, we can't do magnifying shovel. I don't think that's an option. Yeah, it's not. So it's either metal detector shovel, which is probably going to do something with the digging, or metal detector magnifying glass. I think let's try that one. Burning. Oh, hang on. So it tells you what it makes, kind of. That makes a burning glass. And a metal detector and shovel makes a detector shovel. Let's try the burning glass. I want to see what that does. Light candles and ignite fuses. Have we seen either of those things anywhere? Hammer and shovel doesn't work. It's just not a combo you can do. I tried that one earlier. Can I light these candles? No? But there's so many candles, and I have thing that lights candles. Oh, light special candles and ignite fuse. I don't think I've seen any special candles. I don't know if those are allowed here. Is there anything 3 steps away we want to check with our new item? Double check the yard, I guess? Uses or anything. We don't have a coat check. Check in our new item. And is it gonna stop us immediately? No, it still counts as part of the same. What if I step over here? Okay, still fine. I guess west path is free space. I don't see any dig spots or anything. Which makes sense if it's a free space. Oh, apparently that counted as enough walking. Alright. So that's our run. We went about 30 minutes over. That's fine. Mount Holly, Cozy Cottage this time. We didn't find as many rooms, but we did sort out the garage puzzle, and so now the garage is only going to be useful for extra keys. But that's not too bad. I am not unhappy with that. So now ending stream stuff. Next stream is going to be Portal Reloaded with Tanny, assuming that Tanny feels better and doesn't get stuck at the DMV. But let's see who we want to go raid. Oh, the other streams coming up are House Flipper on Sunday, and then we have Satisfactory with Adam on next Tuesday. So I'm excited for both of those. Well, all of the ones coming up. I wouldn't pick streams that I wasn't excited about at this point. So we don't want to do someone doing blueprints because we don't want spoilers. I don't know if I have many ones to suggest, Tanny. Let me take a look at my world list after I get off stream, and I'll message you if I think of something. Valve coded Portal just fine. They coded it so well that it now has multiple mods, and that's what we're reloading. Let's see who we're following that's online currently. There's Arcane Aceless. There is Onichi. Or there is Zowie. Oni is doing Borderlands, Zowie is doing Grounded, and Aceless is doing Witchtastic. Which one are you guys more interested in? Which one of those? I think you might be having, like, survivor bias there, Eternal. I remember there were plenty of old buggy games. They just couldn't patch them, so they never sold very well. Hydrating. Danny, pick a number between 1 and 3. Is that there is no other no other input from chat. So I am pulling a U. 3? Okay. We are going to go raid Onichi then. It has been a while. I don't even know if I've raided them since they've upgraded their model, but their model is adorable. Need to first make sure. Yeah, they're not end stream, they're doing fine. We'll go raid Onichi, show them some love. They are a Oni VTuber and are great. They're one of the people that I could watch play horror games and not feel scared because they have that much positive energy. But they're right now playing Borderlands, and they have drops enabled, so if you play Borderlands 2, go check out the drops. And I will see you guys on Thursday for Portal Reloaded. Do Bismia!